it's Sol here. It's Ohio Tourism Day. Getting super excited. I've got one of my fan favorites on the line. So, talking to John from Young's Jersey Dairy. Hi, John.
Hey, Sol, how are you?
Good. Now, I'm a big fan. I grew up in Dayton, so heading to Yellow Springs was always a treat. Love Young's Dairy. Now, I got to ask, so growing up, locally, we call it Young's Dairy. Is the official title Young's Jersey Dairy?
It's funny, we talk about that often. I always say Young's Dairy, but Young's Jersey Dairy is the whole name.
Okay.
When we built our first website in '97, we didn't get youngsjerseydairy.com. We got youngsdairy.com because it's the shorter version. And like 10 years after that, we finally got the whole thing. But we don't really care what you call us as long as you come in for ice cream.
Well, that's not a problem at all. So, John, you're the chief marketing officer, but your last name is Young. So are you part of the family as well?
Yes, I'm a fourth generation Young. And my official title is the CIEIO, because that's more fun than chief marketing
Oh,
officer.
God, I love that. I see what you did there. Okay, John, so tell me if there's someone who's never been to Young's Dairy before, tell me what's a typical visit like?
Yeah, so we're known for our ice cream. We've been making our ice cream since the early 80s. But the most recent, I would say recent, within the last 10 years, our second highest selling items are deep fried cheese curds.
They're so good.
Yeah, our number one selling item is a one-dip cone. Our number two item is in the order of our deep fried cheese curds. Outsells our fries by a long shot. So, but that's not just food. There's goats to feed. There's mini golf. There's driving range. There's batting cage. Especially in the fall, we've got pick your own pumpkins, corn maze, and all the things that family likes going out to do.
That is so amazing. And one of my favorite things to do is, because it's in the Yellow Springs area, there's so much nature, and we'll go camping for a weekend and then always make sure to stop at Young's Dairy at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Yellow Springs is a great partner for us, and people that come to us go to them, and people that go to them come to us. So we love being right next door to them.
Absolutely. I mean, literally, at least in my crew, you can't go to Yellow Springs and not stop at Young's Dairy. It's part of the whole package.
Yeah, I would hope so. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, so I have to ask, what is your favorite part about Young's Dairy?
So I was about 10 when we built the first mini golf course. So
Wow.
I have to say mini golf is my favorite thing. But now that my daughter's a little older, seeing her grow up, do all the things that I did, play tractors and feed the goats, that's just a cool experience for me as a generational family business owner.
I love that. So you guys have the goats and all of the other livestock. What else do you guys have besides goats? Are there cows there as well?
Well, yeah, we're a working dairy, so we've got 40 or 50 cows, and all that milk goes for our cheese production. So
Wow.
Not just our fried cheese curds, but we also have fresh cheese curds, or some people call them squeakers, especially if you're from Minnesota or Wisconsin. So we have those as well. But we have, anytime you get a cheeseburger or grilled cheese or just cheese on your sandwich, that's cheese from our cows as well.
Wow, that's amazing. Can't get more local than that, and yummy.
Absolutely.
So pretty cool, John. I was on the website. There's actually a bunch of really cool things going on this spring and summer at Young's Dairy. I mean, first of all, we've got the Memorial Day event. Can you dive into that real quick?
Yeah, so we have a carnival group. They've been coming for a long time. I was gonna throw out a year, but I don't know, a long time. So they come every Memorial Day weekend, and they kind of have their own thing in our parking lot. I think we skipped a year during the pandemic, maybe two. But yeah, they're amped and ready to come back because they tour the country and then stop at us for Young's, and then we've got basically something happening every day. But we have special events throughout the summer and fall.
Amazing. Yeah, there's this is really interesting. If people like cheese, speaking of cheese, there's the Farmstead Cheese 13th anniversary weekend. So can we expect like lots of different kinds of cheeses, or what goes down that weekend?
Yeah, so we have deals on our breaded curds and our fresh curds and our fresh cheese, and we also do some demonstrations and kind of a tour of our cheese facility, which is now in our new dairy store that we opened last August. So
Ooh.
It used to be the old facility where you'd have to kind of stand near the road and watch them through a kind of a dirty barn window. Now it's actually in the dairy store. So while you're in line for the ice cream or cheese, you can see the ice cream and cheese being made right next door.
You're kidding. That is super cool. I love that.
It's a great feature that we were really looking forward to add when we got started with the adventure of building a new dairy store.
You know, and I haven't been yet, so now I have an excuse to come check it out. I need that.
Yeah, so let me know when you're coming. I'll happy to give you the tour.
Absolutely. Okay, John, obviously, Young's Dairy, you can't think of Young's Dairy without thinking of ice cream. You guys are always having so many cool different features. First of all, do you know off the top of your head how many different flavors there are?
It varies. So we probably have about 50 to 60 flavors that we rotate through, usually north of 30 that we're dipping at any given time.
So good. Any features right now for spring and summer?
Lemon custard and peaches and cream are our typical spring favorites. We've got some new flavors. We've got a double chocolate fudge brownie. It's our typical chocolate fudge brownie with more brownie, so double, and it's got a chocolate swirl running through it, which is can't get worse than that. My personal new favorite though is a oatmeal cookie raisin swirl crunch. I'm getting the words wrong, but it's awesome. If you like oatmeal raisin cookies, it's that with caramel swirled. I mean, it was supposed to be a temporary flavor, but I'm not in charge yet, but I'm gonna do all I can to make sure it stays on the menu.
First order of business, get that permanent on the menu. I love it. Okay, awesome. So, one of my favorite things, I will just tell you, side story. Whenever I go to Young's Dairy, go in and get the cookies and cream ice cream. Go outside, put my coins in the little food, dispenser, and give some little pellets to the goats. It's just so fun.
Yeah, it's a fun feature that we've had for, as long as I've been aware that there were goats there. So the goats know that there's food there. We every once in a while we'll have a goat that stands out from the crowd. He'll lean up on the fence and wave. We had one 10 years ago that got pretty famous, and I think we've got another one out there now. So they're being trained in their DNA to fight for their food.
Oh, God, that's so fun. Now, real quick, you guys also have restaurants associated with Young's Dairy, right?
So we did have a Golden Jersey Inn, which was a sit-down restaurant. At the beginning of the pandemic, we closed it down and have converted it since into a banquet space.
Oh,
so
wow.
We can host graduation parties, banquets. We've got some weddings coming up. A lot of those events. It's been something that we really needed when we built the dairy store, the 1968 dairy store, as we call it. When we added onto it in the 80s, we had a meeting room associated with it, but my grandma took that over for the gift shop. So we never really got to use it to its full capacity. So in the new dairy store, there's also a meeting room that's very popular for birthday parties that we're now kind of starting to promote. But the Golden Jersey Inn is a space where we can fit 150 to almost 200 people up there for any type of inside event or banquet.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I am engaged, so man, maybe I'll have to come check that out, because to find venues these days, they're getting scarce. So I love that there is, you gave us another option.
And you're not going to get our ice cream at any other event.
No.
You also can play mini golf in your wedding dress. So I think it's a perfect. If you're a fan of Young's, it's a great space for any kind of event. How
cool. All right, John. Well, thank you so much for hopping on, getting me very much in the mood for some ice cream. I will be making a trip over to Yellow Springs. And real quick, what's the best place, for people to get their info? All of the events coming up? Is it Facebook? Is it just the website? What do you recommend?
Both. Yeah, youngsdairy.com is our website, and then you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/youngsdairy. We try to keep updated on both places. It's a continuing digital challenge to keep all the things updated, but that's where you'll find the most up-to-date information.
Yay! Okay, John. Well, thank you so much. I wish you guys an amazing season coming up, and I hope to see you soon at Young's Dairy.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, John. Bye.